Hi guys, so I just finished the book I was reading, the Christmas one that I was reading. I finished it last night. So the book is called Holiday Romance and it's by Catherine Walsh. There's the book right there. And there's the second book as well called Snowed In, which I'm about to start today. Now, I will say this book was a little bit slow, a little bit hard to get into. Sorry, just to shut. It was a little bit slow and a little bit hard to get into. How do I sum the book up? So, it started 10 years ago where she gets on a plane and this guy gets on a plane and her girlfriend at the time is going to break up with this boy. She doesn't know who this guy is, but when she gets on the plane, she immediately knows that this is the guy that this girl was going to break up with. And every year after that, they take a trip together for the Christmas holidays. So back to Ireland from, I think it's from America. And so every year she uses her frequent flyer points. They fly business class and every year they go together. And on the 10th year, they get stuck in their country and they can't get back to Ireland. And it's a big ordeal. So they go from one airport to another, to a ferry, basically they end up getting there. And then at the end of the book, they actually end up getting together. Like they're in the airport and they're standing on a mistletoe and someone says, you got to kiss because it's the mistletoe because of Christmas. And they kiss and then he says to her, or she says to him something about being a bit funny about the whole situation and, and you can sort of see that they both like each other. But, yeah, it gets more and more as it goes along. And then when they do get to Ireland, they do end up getting together at the end. The ending was really good, but the lead up to it was like really hard to get into. I say the first 40% was really hard to like wrap your head around the whole book. I know it's a love story type book, but I just found it really hard for me to get into. I gave it, out of 5 stars, I gave it about a 2.5. I've heard the second book is much better, so that's why I'm going to read the second book. That's pretty much the only reason. I didn't find it too bad. I think if I reread it, it would make more sense to me a second time. Because I just think it was just, so the plots kept changing, like they kept going from years ago to today, and occasionally you just didn't know which part or where you were, in that. in that book is, you know, like, I wouldn't say it was terrible. I mean, I wouldn't say that it was one of my best reads. The book I read the other day, for instance, was much, much better. But I wouldn't say it was terrible. Like, you know, like I didn't DNF it. I just didn't, you know, it wasn't something that I didn't finish. I just kept pushing through, you know, thinking hopefully it'll get better. And it did get better. And the end was really good. I think they could have ended it a lot sooner. I think they could have done a lot at the end of the book. Like, yeah, like she's going to True Island. That's the 10-year, as I said, their 10-year, you know, yearly trip that they do together. Her sister's pregnant, due to give birth. They get to Ireland, and her sister goes into labour, has a baby, and then it kind of goes from there where they rapidly get together. And then it's kind of like the beginning of the end of the book, you know. And that was great. Like, that part of the book was awesome. It was just getting from the start to the end that was really hard. I think if you've read this book, you would understand. Let me know if you've read it. Let me know what you think. Would I recommend it? I don't think it was terrible, so I wouldn't say no, don't read it. I would say think about it if it's something for you. It's not something I would purchase, but because I've got Kindle Unlimited, that is why I'm reading it. Because I've got it on Kindle Unlimited. If I didn't have it on Kindle Unlimited, I wouldn't have it's not something I would purchase. So in that sense, it didn't really matter too much to me because, you know, I didn't buy the book, if that makes sense. Yeah, I enjoy books like this, but yeah, I think because of my disability too, when it comes to certain books, I think that plays a part where if it's too jumpy or too, you know, going from one plot to another, I find it a bit hard to catch up. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely worth reading. I wouldn't say it's not worth reading. I would say it's on the fence. I'm going to read Snowed In, and hopefully that is a much better book than this one. If you have a look at the reviews, a lot of people weren't really happy with the book either. But, you know, I mean, everyone's taste is different, you know. I've got other books that I just can't get into and you won't see me read. So, you know, everyone's taste is different, you know. Someone may love this book and someone may hate it. My review is that it was okay, but it wasn't brilliant. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed my video, my review of what I thought of the two characters. It was good, you know, it wasn't terrible, you know. I've had books where they've been so terrible that I've just, you know, got 30 pages and gone, no, not for me. So Anyway, guys, thanks for watching my review, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye, guys.